Pavement Pounder, power transporter for highway hauling. Here's my exclusive vehicle, dropping it off. He rolls right out. That's pretty cool. Oop, crashed into it. Got to be careful with these exclusive Corvettes. This snaps back up. He drives off. We show our little car at the show. Here comes my car. Whoa, hey, come on back here. Pull that guy up. Let's get our car up in there. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, we're back, and we're going to talk about the hauler series in this video. Again, most of the collectors probably know of the haulers. The hauler series was one of Hot Wheels' kind of not collector-oriented series. It was really aimed at the kids. And this is an example one. This is the Art Deco bus, which is probably one of the more popular ones. But I'll show you what the package looks like. I'm going to zoom out here a little bit, get the whole package in. Here's the whole package. And they basically were just a large Hot Wheel toy, supposedly still in 1/64th scale. And so I've got a car here. This is a Matchbox car, but it'll do. And you can see they're a little bit bigger than the average die-cast car. And a lot of these were meant to be kind of like oversized semi-trucks or tow trucks or something that was really large, and so that you could play with them at the same time that you play with your Hot Wheels, and the scale would be about the same. And we still see these. They have the various semi-truck versions of this that you're going to find at Walmart that they've had over the years. I've got some examples of some of the other ideas kind of that were with this. This is the Pavement Pounder. Not a hauler, but you can see very much the same marketing, same time period this came out. These came with an exclusive vehicle, and they had they were like for carrying the cars and so forth. I think I have another one here. I really like these Pavement Pounders just because they came with an exclusive vehicle. The actual cars themselves, or the trucks themselves, are kind of but very cool. Show you the back of these real quick so you can see there was a bunch of these. The nice thing about these is they're relatively cheap. There were limited editions. Again, this is the Pavement Pounder, but there were limited editions, so they did kind of cater to the collector. But I don't think most collectors probably were too interested in these over the years. So those are the Pavement Pounders, but we're going to talk about the haulers. And go back to this guy while we set things up here. I got to get my video in place. There we go. And we'll zoom in on that guy. If we can, there we go. And if you give me just a second here, we'll get this guy. There we go. Okay, so yeah, the hauler series. They ran for, well, how many years? It was 97 through 2002, and there was not a set number in each series. In the 97 and 98 series, there was about, I want to say, 8 to 10 vehicles, and which one was it? It was the 99 and the 2000 series, I believe, there was a lot more, and then it really tapered off in 2001, 2002, and then they ended the series. And I don't know if it was particularly popular or not. As far as worth, they're not worth much, and that's really what makes them cool, is if you have kids and you're a collector, you'll find that the kids really like these. Andrew loves these, and I think it's just because they're big. They're kind of very Tonka toy-ish, and he likes that about them. So we will take a quick look at them, and I think I have the entire 97 and 98 series. I'm going to warn you ahead of time, if I get any of the years mixed up, it's because I had them all set up out here, and then I turned on the studio, which is my lighting and everything. Also a fan, and my fan blew all my notes all over the place, and so I think I've got them put back together, but if you notice any out of place in the series, you can note down below. Okay, so let's get going. I'm going to start with the 97 series, and here we go. If I can get them out of their little protective thing there. And I'm going to go real fast with these. So that's Hot Wheels semi-truck. You're going to notice a lot of them are very much the same castings with these, and the same semi front truck. We've got the little dump truck. I got to figure out a place to put these. Not a dump truck. That is a trash truck. Recycle America. The naming on these is rather humorous. If you look up in on Southwest Diecast for these, they tend to rename them even though they're really exactly the same casting. And milk duds, because nothing says milk duds like a giant tanker truck full of milk duds. For the international folks, maybe you don't know what milk duds are. They're little chocolate covered caramel bits. I don't think we carry them around in tankers exactly. That would be kind of cool. A little tanker pull up a milk truck. Milk duds. Telephone maintenance. And so something like this telephone maintenance truck may very well be called like telephone maintenance. Or it might be called snorkel truck in one series and cherry picker in another, even though they're all exactly the same car. Good and plenty. Nothing says fun like a big old truck full of good and plenties. I got some doubles here, so I'm scrummaging through trying to make sure we don't look at the doubles. Jolly Rancher. And like I said, I think I've got the entire 1997 series here. If I show them all to you. McDonald's. This one's kind of interesting. There's two McDonald's trucks. One has a hamburger on it. One has French fries. And the hamburger one's worth a little bit more. One thing I wanted to mention to you there are chase pieces with these. Real quickly, I'll show those to you. Here's the back of the haulers, and you'll see those little red stars like right there and there. Those are the chase pieces, and I don't know how rare those are. I don't think they were particularly rare, but you can see there's lots of them. You can also see a lot of them are the same casting. So same casting, different tampos on them. Okay, so that was the 97. That was the 97 series. Let's take a look at the 98s. We've got Fisher Price. This truck was pretty cool. If I turn it around, it's got a little door that swings open, where all the Fisher Price toys are. These little trucks with the swinging doors, if anything, seem to be the more popular ones. They showed up in the 98 series. Here's the Whoppers. You can see sliding door again. We've got, going about as fast as I can, you're seeing the LA Diecast production at its fastest speed here. Orange cement truck. We got Mott's. Again, international folks, Mott's is usually applesauce. It's a company. Now this is where it might get a little bit funky, so because this is where my notes got blown all over the place. I think this was a 98, and that is Hot Wheels Racing, this school bus looking thing. Somebody's checking on Southwest Diecast right now and probably proving me wrong. Tow truck. This tow truck, me and Andrew could not figure out for the life of us. And it's got some moving parts here. This bottom piece comes down. This is the piece that slides under a car, but there's no tow. It's not a particularly fun tow truck. It doesn't have the tow in the back, so we could not figure out how that was supposed to work. But tow truck. Again, these are all 98s. Cranberry juice. Here is the McDonald's fries truck that I told you about. People don't want the fries as much. You can see large fries. Same tempo on either side. They just switch the... Oh, no, they don't. I was going to say they just switch the McDonald's, but all they do is just make sure the lettering's right. You can see on the bottom there isn't going to be much information about the trucks or anything. There doesn't tend to be a name on the bottom for these. This is the transport vehicle, which this one I'm considering customizing this one. This one would be really cool if I smoothed out the top here and got rid of all this stuff and changed out those windows for some color. That would be cool looking. Super Bubble. Bubble gum here in the US. I don't know if that's an international thing or not. This one is another tow truck, but with a different truck on the front, but with the same doohickey here in the back. Yeah. So, by the way, we mentioned the collectability of these. You can get these cheap, and if you're paying a lot of money for these, you're paying too much. They're not worth anything. I think they cost about $4 when they came out, and at most I see them at car shows for $4. You really should be able to pick them up for about $2. I picked these up for about 60 cents each, and they're brand new. So they're not collectible. Don't pay a lot of money for these. All right, next we've got the 99s. Duncan Hines. Watching my time there. Gotta speed up. This is as fast as I can move. We've got the wired truck, or the telephone cable truck is what it's called. This one is wire. By the way, tempo is almost always the same on both sides. This one we've seen before. I think if you've been watching the videos, you knew this one showed up in a lot once. I didn't really know what it was. Now we do. It's another cable truck, as they call it. I think this is a cable truck. Racing parts. This is a weird one. I don't know much about this guy, but oops, this guy has a different back on him than any of the others. It just says Extreme, and I think that's supposed to be a dude on a skateboard there. At first, Andrew thought it was a monkey. He insisted it was a monkey. This one, by the way, this one is just listed as Extreme. That's its name. So when you go to the car lot to buy it, the car salesman will say, we've got 5 Extremes. You want an Extreme truck to keep your monkey in. Rainbow. Another bubble gum again for international folks. I don't know if these were international or not. That would have been a good thing to look up. I didn't. This one's kind of cool. It's the Pro Comp Engine Coolant. Goodyear Tires. Whoa. Whoa. Goodyear Tires. Going as fast as I can. Dump truck. This is what they call the speed dump truck or something like that. Hershey Kisses. Getting there. 2000s. Oh, these are all the 99s. I think I mentioned that. Those are all the 99s, or most of them. 99 had a huge collection. 2000, all the 2000 had the Y2K symbol on them, I think. 2000 really had some of the cool ones because they did the kind of some chrome plating or some metal flake stuff on them. I think the 2000s were probably the nicest looking ones. There's another one. This one's kind of some crazy tanker truck filled with 2000 technology, evidently. Couldn't find much about this guy. I don't think it's gold. I think that's more of like it might be orange. They listed an orange fire truck, and I don't know if that's it or not. A lot of these had the single dot wheels, which I think look really nice on these. Another fire truck. Flame out. You got the Toys R Us armored vehicle to carry all the armored stuff. I don't know if that's a Toys R Us exclusive or not. I don't think it was, but I find it hard to believe they'd be selling that in Walmart. And then we've got 2001. I don't have too many 2001s. We saw this guy earlier. This is the Art Deco bus, which tends to be the one that, if you're looking for any of these, it's this one. It's one of the cooler castings. The customizers like this one. A school bus. If I go fast enough, I'm going to get through this before my camera dies here. A crane. I love the crane in silver. 2002. I only got one. Last one. It is the school bus. So, if you're looking for something for kids, these are great. You can find them on eBay. They're usually pretty cheap. They're usually loose. They're tanks. They're not going to break. They're not going to fall apart. The wheels are pretty sturdy. A little bit more solid axle in these than the regular cars. Andrew loves them. And I got a bunch of extra, so I'm going to be putting them up on Facebook. If anybody is interested, just check out our Facebook page at LA Diecast on Facebook. And I'm going to hurry up. Remember, our 800th subscriber contest is in episode 185. You can check that out. If you haven't joined, make sure you join, because we're giving away lots of stuff, and the deadline is July 4th, 2014. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you in the next video. Bye.